everybody, it's Patti and Debbie from Print and Pixel Studio, and our video this week is kind of a continuation of the one that we did last week, where if you hadn't seen it, we created our own stamps using a kneadable eraser and different things like lace and plastic tablecloths and embossing folders, you know, just a different group of things that had texture to them that we felt we could get a good impression with. And so this is some of the stuff that we created. This is a piece of lace. This is a trim off of a plastic tablecloth. And this one is an embossing rose off of an embossing folder. So we just had a lot of fun with it and used it on a lot of different things. And it came out really great. And the video turned out to be super popular, and a lot of people were interested in the process. And as well, a lot of our viewers had some great ideas about using other materials to come up with kind of the same idea, the same look that we got with the kneadable eraser. So today we're going to show you the results of, we tried all of the suggestions that our viewers sent in, and we're going to show you the results and give you kind of a review and critique of what we thought about each product. So let's see, the first one is the Simon Hurley stamping foam. Now, we had never used this before, and so this was brand new to us. We were totally unfamiliar with it. And we liked it. Let's see, do you have the samples there? Yeah. We liked it. This is how it turned out. This is, of course, a couple pieces of lace. Debbie used it on a stencil here, which came out really great. And so we had great success with this, and we liked it. It has, it's a little more, what would you call it? Work intensive, maybe? You know, it's not something that you're gonna, like the foam when we, or the eraser, when we talked about it last week, we talked about you could take it out and get imprints off of buildings and, you know, maybe textures off of, you know, trees or whatever you wanted to do on a hike or walk or something. This product is better used in your studio or craft room because you have to heat it up with a hairdryer. We used a hairdryer because we don't have a heat gun. Heat it up with a hairdryer and then put it down on your lace, for instance, on your piece of lace or whatever it is that you're going to imprint on. And it comes out great. I mean, you know, it works. And then, let's see, show you these impressions again. This is kind of scattered today, but the pieces came out really nice, we thought. Nice and clear. And I thought this was one of the best, the stencil. Yeah. We were surprised at using the stencil, but we watched one of Simon Hurley's videos, and he said that he used a stencil and had great luck with it. And of course, in the video he did. And so we thought, okay, let's try that. And it came out really great. It's kind of deceiving because when you first heat it up and make the impression, as you can see here where it's not colored, you kind of think, oh gee, not much is going to happen here. But once you put the ink on, it's amazing that it does print. You know, you get a nice clean print with it. So don't, if you use it and it's not a real deep impression, don't worry because it still will print, and it came out great for us. He also talked about putting it on, taping a stamping block to the back of it to get you a more even print when you're printing with it, which we did do, and we liked that. And then, of course, when you're done, now you washed the ink off first, didn't you? Debbie used this one. Yeah. She washed the ink off first with just water and then heated it up again, and it comes out nice and smooth, just like this, so you could use it over and over. And also, on his video, he was talking about you could use just the sides, too, which would be kind of cool. You know, if you're making trim or something. We didn't try that, but we can't imagine why it wouldn't work. So that's something else that you might want to give a try. And then, let's see, what was next? We had...
This modeling.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Then we had, let's see, Leanne and Lulu talked about the, what is this stuff called? Plastilina modeling clay. And so we tried it. And let me move some of this stuff out of the way here. Okay, do we have a sample of that over there? We should. We tried to sample everything here. Yeah. This gave a really nice, as you could see here, don't look at this one, this was user error, but you could see what a great imprint it came out with. It really does well. I was the one that used this product in the preview, and the only, let's see, we have a pros and cons sheet over there.
Yes, it worked good, but you felt just as far as it was your least favorite to work with because it was hard for you to knead with your hands.
It's very hard to knead. Now, the more you knead it, of course, it softens up more. But even so, if you have, like I do, I have arthritis in my hands. If you have arthritis or anything in your hands, it's harder to work with than some of the other stuff that we're going to show you today. But it works. I mean, you get a really great print, clean, really nice. So I thought, oh, and the ink does go back in just like it does with the eraser. You might see a little bit of it, but it doesn't transfer. It's not, it's not a problem. So that's good. So I thought, since it was so hard for me to use it, what about just slicing a hunk off and using that as a small stamp? And so that's what I did. I just took a credit card and sliced a slice of it off because it comes in a block like this. And then imprinted this on one of the embossing folders. And this is what I got. And it looks great. So, there's other ways to use this. Now, you could also, and I just thought of it while I was talking, you could cut the whole block of it in half. And then you could get some great long trim pieces out of it, I didn't try that, but because I just thought of it just now. But that would work. You could, I don't know if we have any of the other blocks that haven't been cut up, but that would work. Yeah, this is how it comes. So you could just cut it in half here, and then you've got a nice rectangular stamp that you could use if you didn't want to do the kneading part, but you could definitely do that. And you guys with younger hands or don't have arthritis, it shouldn't be a problem for you. So that was good. Oh, and we were also going to talk about price on these too.
Right.
Forgot about that.
Let's see. The foam block, we got two of this size here.
4.5 by 5 3/4. We got a pack of 2
for $9.98.
Yeah, $9.98.
Yeah.
And they, it's not like you use them once and then you can't use them again. These go on and on and on. So it's, it's a pretty good deal, we thought.
And the plastilina modeling clay.
We
got 1 pound for $4.99.
Yeah, and it comes in assorted colors. I think the one that we got was called Nature or Natural or something, but you can get it in all kinds of colors, and it comes in a pack of 4. So again, not super expensive. And you get a great result with that. I love this actually, this small one. Okay, and then we did the air dry clay. Robin asked if you could use air dry clay. Now, we thought this gave a really great print. We can't give you a price on this because we stole it. We stole it from our granddaughter out of her kit.
Her crafting kit.
Right, out of her crafting kit. She doesn't know yet, but she'll find out soon.
Her table's here in our studio.
Yeah, that'll teach her to share a space with us. So anyway, we're not sure how much it came in a whole set of crafting stuff for
Well, it was
$14
like
or something.
$14.99 for a million things of these.
Yeah,
type
this is how it
things.
comes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's several packets of,
Right.
of every color you can imagine.
Now you can also get that regular air dry clay, the white, and I'm sure they have it at Michael's. Most everybody carries it now. I can't remember the price of it. I think the last time I bought it, it was around $4.95 for a pack of it, but I'm not sure. I can't promise that's the price. But anyway, we didn't have a chance to let it air dry because I'm assuming this is the same as that white air dry clay where you have to let it set like at least 24 hours. But the question that Robin had was, could you use this, make your first stamp, and then let it air dry and have that stamp as a permanent stamp, basically? And so because I've worked with air dry clay before and made a lot of different projects, I don't know why that wouldn't work, because look at the great clear stamping that you get. The only thing that I think you would have to do is you would have to use spray something on it like I want to say preservative, but that's
Sealer?
not like a sealer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that you could use water and stuff on it, because if you did not do that, it could dissolve and turn soft again. So you would have to do something like that to it, but it gets such a good clear stamping that I don't know why you couldn't maybe get a good stamp like that if it air dried. But even if you didn't want to do that and just use it, wet, basically, you get a good result with it.
If anybody's done that where they've dried it, let us know in the comments how it turned out. If you've made a stamp using the air dry modeling.
Because I've never made a
dried.
stamp out of it. I've made like bells and stuff like that out of it for home decor, but I do know that you do have to use a sealer, because if it gets damp, it will eventually kind of deteriorate. So, but yeah, if somebody's done it already, let us know, because it would be really interesting to see what the outcome is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that, like I say, we can't give you a price on because it was bad. We stole it. And then we had Silly Putty, and tons of people asked about Silly Putty. Corey, Weltha, Gail, Susie, and Miss Goldberg. They all wanted to know about Silly Putty, and gosh, I hadn't thought about Silly Putty in years.
Right.
Getting tongue-tied here. So this guy is pretty darn reasonable. I think we got a pack of 3. Well, how much was it?
The Silly Putty, 3 for $5.60.
Yeah, 3 for $5.60. Okay. Now, this is 2 Silly Putties. You get, I'll show you how they come. Is this one with something in it? Yeah, this is how it comes in real life. This is the size you get in the little egg. But you get 3 of these. So I, when I used it, I took 2 of them and kneaded them together. And this stuff kind of reminds you of, it's a little bit softer than that plasticine, and it's very slippery. So it's pretty easy to work with, and you could pull it out and shape it in different shapes and stuff. And again, the ink dissolves into it, so you don't have any, discoloration or anything. You might get a little bit, but I mean, it's not, any big deal. And at first I thought, this stuff is kind of thin. I don't know if it's going to work or not. But believe me, it does. Look at, you get some great, now this is user error here because I picked up the lid to the ink instead of the ink pad. But either way, and I don't mind that design actually. But you can see that you do get a really nice print with this. So it definitely works. Yeah. And did we have any cons on this one? Pros or cons?
Let's see. What did we think about that? The silly penny. No, you can take it anywhere.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's like the
kind of like the eraser. You can,
right,
take
right.
the little egg, throw it in your bag, and it can go with you.
Right.
So no, we really didn't. It had good results.
Yeah, it had. We thought it printed great.
Yeah.
You know. I think the modeling clay was the same way. You could take that with you. Because it doesn't, it's, the thing about this plasticine is and it says on here, never dries, never hardens. So basically, you could throw this in a little baggie, and you could take this with you wherever you wanted to go.
Right.
And you get a good print with this, too. So, did we give the pros and cons on that? I don't think so. On the plastilina?
Well, that it was just harder to
to knead.
That was really the only, it came in,
you know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of, I use that, I don't know what they call it, but it's a thing that they give people that have arthritis in their hands. Those little, it looks like Play-Doh. In fact, the grandkids always they want to play with my Play-Doh. But it's a clay that you use to exercise your hands. And that's kind of what the consistency of this is. So, but yeah, you could take this anywhere. Just put it in one of those little snack baggies, and you're good to go. Yeah, and your ink in there, and you're good.
Right.
Okay, who's next? The
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh.
Last one is Play-Doh.
So let's see. Lulu, Kimberly, and Kim asked about the Play-Doh. And look at the great results you get with that. Pretty cool, huh?
And a little surprise, the...
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. I thought, little surprise. Is it Cracker Jacks? No. Yeah. Okay. Here is the one thing that is really cool about the Play-Doh. It gives you texture. How? I don't know. Deb doesn't know either. We don't know, but we'll take it. When you rub your finger over this, you can feel when your finger leaves the paper and goes on to the print, which you don't feel with any of the other processes. And it has a kind of texture, is it? It's just got this great texture to it. That I think was my favorite part about it.
It was such a shock. We don't know why.
No, we don't know why it does it.
Yeah.
But it does, and I'll tell you something. You just want to rub your finger on it because it's amazing how it feels, and you can actually feel it almost when it along the edge. It almost feels like a totally different piece of paper on this piece of paper, but the texture is fabulous. So if you haven't tried Play-Doh, give it a try because I'm telling you, I really love the texture of it.
Yeah.
The con to this, as I remember, is extremely messy on your hands.
Yeah, you can see the ink.
Yeah, you can see the difference in color here.
Yeah.
Because the ink does discolor it. But that being said, it does not transfer onto anything. It just picks up the color of the ink. It changes the color of the Play-Doh because it was this bright green color.
Yeah. It's probably the cheapest too. Because that big tube, like you can get the little small cans, the little tiny guys, but this is the big regular size one, and that's $1.19 for that.
Yeah, but my gosh, any of this stuff you're going to have for a long time.
You can travel with it.
Yeah, it's in its own little kit. You can travel with it.
As long as you keep it sealed, it won't dry out.
The only other con to it is it has an odor. It's not offensive. It's I don't know what you call it.
I don't know. It's non-toxic, it says.
Yeah, it's non-toxic. It's for 2-year-olds and stuff.
And it contains wheat, so if you have a wheat allergy.
Oh, does it contain wheat?
It does. So if you have a wheat allergy.
Oh, yeah, you might not want to use this.
Play with
Boy, it's a
Play-Doh.
good thing you saw that. Yeah, I had no idea that had wheat in it. Never even thought to look.
Usually it's to people that eat wheat, but I don't know.
Yeah, you'd want to, if they
real
put it on the
careful.
package, you want to make sure that you're, that if you have any kind of sensitivity to wheat, or your kids do or anything, I'd be very careful with it. Yeah, geez, I didn't even see that. Thanks for pointing that out, Debbie.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's a con.
Yeah.
You know, I
that's-
mean, that could be, yeah, I didn't notice any, actually now I want to look, but I didn't notice any problems with any of the other stuff.
Yeah.
No, but you want to be sure any product that you buy nowadays, you want to be sure and read the label really carefully to make sure what's in it and, you know, if it's acceptable for you to use. But anyway,
But it
back.
printed really nice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it came out
I
beautiful.
have to tell you, I just love this. I mean, the feel of it is so incredible. And maybe it's the wheat. I don't know. You know,
Right? I know.
if it's got wheat in there.
Gluten.
Yeah, the gluten. There you go. But if you can use it, try it because, like I say, I think you're going to love the, excuse me, love the texture of this stuff. And another thing about it, it's easy to make, you know, a huge piece of it. If you wanted to do a really large printing, you could. I mean, it's probably the most pliable of all the stuff that we tried. So, but like I say, the only cons to it would be the wheat, and it does have a slight odor to it if you're sensitive to odors. You know, you might want to take that into consideration, but it certainly works, and like I say, we plan to use it again because of the texture on it. And let me see, what else? Oh, yeah. And then Patricia asked about using a lucite block on the stamps, on like when you're doing the clay and stuff. And I tried it, and I tell you the truth, Patricia, I didn't notice any difference. It really didn't, for some reason, it just didn't make a lot of difference on the result of the print. It actually comes out a little bit better if you just, anyway, with the eraser, if you just kind of like push it around with your hands and get it down and then, you know, pick it up. You certainly could try it. You could be a lot better at using the block than I am. I'm not, you know, saying that it wouldn't work. It does work, but I just felt personally I got a better print doing it with my fingers. And let me see. Who was that over there?
That's
That's
just our
the, yeah.
erasers.
And here's we did another printing to kind of like match up with the ones that we did today with the kneadable eraser. Now, we ordered what we thought was we ordered 2 different sizes in the kneadable eraser from Amazon. What we thought was going to be one smaller and one larger turned out to be exactly the same size, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did find, and they're, I don't know, what is this? An inch something. About 1 3/4 by 1/4 inch. But Dick Blick Art Supply does have one that's a little over 2 inches. So if you wanted a bigger size, you could go there, and he has one, or they have one that's larger than what we have here. Now this piece that you see here are 2 of ours put together. So that's what I used today to get some of these larger pieces. But I don't know, I found last time that the regular size was plenty big for me.
worked.
Yeah, we made this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
I just stretched it out.
right,
Yeah.
Debbie just stretched it out.
And the heart, I just molded that into a heart shape.
Right. So realistically, just the one piece, you know, the one size, we think is fine. I don't, you know, I mean, you can get bigger if you want, but I used the double one today, and I really think last week I preferred just the small.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, it's up to you. You know, try one, and if it doesn't feel like it's enough, get another one and just mold it together and see what you think. But you can get some really great looks, and we sure appreciate the suggestions of trying
love
different
it.
things
Yeah.
because we were able to discover a lot of cool ways, and you know, and some even less expensive than the eraser. So, and where's that one with the, the Play-Doh. I just am nuts about the feel of this stuff. So most people, if they have kids, they have Play-Doh. So try it if you've got some at home. And if not, if you can use it, and like I say, Debbie and I say, and thank goodness she saw that, be careful if you have a wheat allergy or anything. But if you don't, you're going to love the feel of this stuff. It's just amazing. So there's so many great projects that you can do with this. And, just from stuff you have around the house,
Or you can print on anything.
Right.
Yeah, be sure to check out our first video if you didn't.
Yeah, we'll link
see
it.
Yeah.
And it'll give you a lot more ideas. Now, we have a fun thing coming up next weekend. In fact, our next video is not going to be in the studio or in the workroom at all. It's going to be on the road. We're going to Mount Dora in Florida. And it's, I think it's on the National Registry for, not scenic, but what do you call it? Historical places.
Yeah?
I think so. Anyway, Twisted Paper Studio is having a 3-day workshop, and we're going to it. Starts on Sunday, I guess, but Debbie and I are going to take off Friday because there's a lot of places we want to check out on the way up there. And then we're staying in, and I can't remember the name of the hotel. Do you remember it? I want to say hysterical. It's a hysterical.
It's going to be hysterical. We're going there.
Yeah, right.
If it's not hysterical now,
it's a historical monument as well, I believe. I've only stayed there once before. Debbie's never been there, but it's really cool. So we have new phones, and we have a new microphone. So you're going to be, God forbid, you're going to be able to see us.
We hope.
Yeah, and hear us. In person. I don't know. I don't usually like to have my picture taken. Most of my friends think I belong to the witness protection program because I hate having my picture taken. But anyway, we're going to do it. And so I guess don't poke fun at us when you see the pictures. So anyway, I guess that's all we have for the video today, and look for us next week. We might, what do you think? Do you think we're going to save all the videos till Monday, or will we post them as we go?
We'll just have to see how it goes. We're not really,
Yeah, we are going.
Videography is not our forte.
No, so
and now
this is our first experience at it.
Now we got some high-tech equipment we're going to try
Yeah, right,
out, so
right.
be kind.
There's a big, Reniger's antique, I guess, I don't know if he's a dealer or not, but they put on all kinds of great flea markets and stuff. And they have one this coming weekend. So we're going to go to that, and we're going to take a lot of pictures there, and we'll be sure to share them with you guys. And then also, if we could take some pictures at the workshop, we'll do that as well. I don't know if we could film, in the actual workshop or not.
Donna will.
She'll show.
You can go to her site and
she'll take pictures and we'll link over to it, and so you could see what goes on there. But anyway, so I guess that's all for our video today. And thanks so much, everybody, for all of your suggestions, because it was really fun using these different projects and seeing how they would turn out. And like we say, try the Play-Doh, because that texture is something. So I guess that's it for us this week. Thanks for stopping by.